Guys, what's going on? Shawrey and Stokes here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, once again for another one of these Stokes fantastic tier lists. What are we saying, lad?
Well, we've got the midfielders this time. Obviously, with the attackers, we did it last time.
We had some funny comments with the attackers.
You guys didn't entirely agree with us.
No, we agree with most things. I think it was the Lewandowskis and Haalands that caused a bit of a problem, wasn't it? Moving today onto midfielders. Go through it, guys. We've got 5 tiers here we've got going on. So we've got useless, meh, usable, very decent, and pro meta. So, pro meta is literally who we would advise you guys would go into our type of teams, that type of thing. Very decent is like just sort of falling below that category. Yeah. And usable is just, what some of you guys would put Lewandowski and Haaland in. Hey, Charm, what are we thinking?
It's hard. I would say usable.
I'm swaying towards usable. I'm thinking. I think, like, considering he literally goes for probably 700, 800 coins now because of the way the market's just gone so crazy.
Very cheap.
Even players that are just below sort of the pro meta and that type of thing have all crashed in price, but still very good in teams. So I would say usable.
I'd say usable, yeah.
Very good. Barella, next up.
This was a really early release, I think. But it's a nice card.
He reminds me a bit of the Renato Sanchez from a few years ago, like an inform that's just kept going up and up. Yeah. I used this normal card on my RTG. I was very impressed. Have you used him? I've
never used him, but I've come up against him a lot. He's done a lot of pro teams. I think.
I'm thinking very decent.
Yeah, for sure.
We're thinking Stokes.
I think.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, very decent. Very good player.
The man KDB.
KDB.
Next up, again another player whose price is like so much lower than I anticipated at this stage of the year. I thought he'd be going for like still 200, 300k. Yeah, absolutely not.
I agreed. I think he's one of the highest rated players in the game. He's very good card.
If there was a tier in between pro meta and decent, I'd put in there.
Very decent.
Very decent. I'm thinking. I'm thinking very decent. We've got off to a good start with this tier list, boys. By the way, and we've got 2 amazing players next up. Right, this one I think we can agree on very quickly. Probably. I think I would say my favourite midfielder in the game right now.
He's unbelievable. He's in both of our teams. He's perfect, really.
And he's hopefully going to get upgrades, which is annoying for us to do with pro metas, to do with pro qualifier stuff, which will all be released more in the future. But if he stays at 89, that's obviously perfect for us. He's an unbelievable player. And then Fakir now.
Fakir, the man of nightmares.
I just want to leave the room now. Yeah. This is a horrible player to play against. Yeah. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking I'm very upset I didn't get to do his SBC when my Road to Glory wasn't started. He's
just a joke.
He's too good. He's too good.
He's a joke. And to be honest, he's in all the pro teams of the guys who don't have R9s and like being able to afford everything, but he's in that tier just below. Yeah. But is he pro meta? Is he very decent? Like,
I think the problem is he's not someone you'd find in pro teams, but he is very good.
Yeah, he has to go in very decent, but he'd be right at the top of it in terms of, fantastic stuff. Right, Bruno, another one who's just crashed in price.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I paid almost 200,000 recently, and I seen
I had a heart attack when I checked his price again. That's why
I've gone right down.
I think he's like 50k now, 45k, so it's absolutely crazy.
For sure.
I think because he's a well-rounded card and because of the links that he gets to, like, Varane, CR7, like Pogba as well in midfield, you've got to put him in very decent, I would say.
Oh yeah, I agree. He's a very solid card, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next up, Foden. This is a pretty good list. I'm looking through I don't know who I'm going to put into.
We're going to struggle here.
I can see a few players who could be useless. We're coming up later on. Phil Foden, sick upgrade this year, to be fair. Really good upgrade. And me and Stokes have been playing some 2v2, obviously. That's part of the pro stuff this year, etc. And he has caused some problems.
He's got a left wing version that is very annoying to play against. I think he was actually robbed of a second inform recently.
Yeah, terribly robbed, actually.
I would say he's usable, but he's edging towards very decent.
Yeah, he's very decent. That second inform I'd have put in very decent, 100%. Yeah. Okay, now for Fana. Now this man, I think it's got to go in pro meta just because the amount of people who've done his SBC and have spoke pretty well about him. Yeah. He obviously gets strong link, to Ginola. And does he get strong and to Pele as well? Yeah. What's his name?
Abedi Pele?
Abedi Pele. Yeah, that's the one. Just make sure you guys didn't get confused with the other Pele there. But yeah, Fofana's got to go in front. And you've done him on your account.
He's still got like a good few weeks left. He's very, very, very cheap for a pro meta card.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, we'd recommend you guys doing that SBC for sure. Especially with the links he gets to the League Earn players as well.
Yeah.
Now Fred next up. Pretty pricey Fred is from what I remember.
Yeah.
For a card that is like good but not unbelievable. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I mean, as a card, I have used him, very solid, but I think you can't really say that he'd be better than a Bruno or a KDB or a Info Barella kind of thing. You know? So I'd say very, very decent.
Yeah, I'd put him very decent.
Price, if he was cheaper, you might see him more.
He was cheaper for sure, but no, I think he's too expensive compared to other players sort of around him who can be a little bit cheaper and do the same sort of job.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say a few upgrades though. Fred will be sick.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing with these Champions League cards, guys. Is they have the chance, obviously, to get upgraded, that type of thing. Now Goretzka, the first, I want to say first ever like Hullet Gang gold card player.
Crazy.
What are we thinking? You don't see him too much.
I'll be honest. I packed him untradeable really early, and I was delighted, but underwhelmed. I think he's a good card. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's what I expected him to be. I still have him very decent.
He's still got to be very decent. A lot of these midfielders, these well-rounded midfielders are, but he's got to go into very decent, I would say, because he has still got a ridiculous card, but he's not in the pro teams the way he could have been. I think an inform or two, you'd start seeing him for sure. Next up, Graven Birch. Now, this man, he's got some sick stats. He's like 6'3", 4-star, 4-star. Yeah. Got the chance for a few upgrades. I mean, I don't know how well Ajax are doing so far.
Very well, I think.
Are they doing well?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Okay. So the few upgrades, he'd be sick.
Yeah, I think. But at the moment,
just usable.
Usable, yeah.
I think I'm just swaying towards usable.
I think he's
like
a little bit below these other guys.
Yeah,
however, he's a good card, and if he gets like you said, one
upgrades. For sure.
I think he goes to 84 straight away, so he'll be a good card.
Very good card. Right, Angola, the man. This
demon.
It's just a head. It's just a head in hand situation. I'm sure you guys would have seen as well. Kante's had a SBC come out as well recently. It's basically got like worse defending but better pace. So it depends what you want. But this Kante is just pro meta, 100%.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I've not used him personally this year in my team, just because I'm using De Jong at the minute and also Llorente. But he is just ridiculous. He's horrible to play against.
It's noticeable when he's on the pitch. You know, he just gets you over and over and over.
But then it's just like, I've been insulted. Who is it? It's Kante again.
Yeah,
like every single time. That man is just everywhere.
The amount of times I've said I hate Kante.
Yeah. But like, for some reason I never choose to use him. But like when I play against him every time, I seriously recommend him to be used. Right, Kessie next up. I've used him on my RTG. I suppose he's literally just like Emre Can. He's just usable.
Yeah, I would have said that for sure.
He's just usable. Like he's obviously very cheap, so he can kind of go into cheaper teams that you guys have. But as soon as you start getting a few more coins, I wouldn't advise putting Kessie in. But he's good enough, so usable. Usable's perfect.
Yeah,
I would say.
So.
Right. Okay, maybe we can have a look at that. That
I know it was gonna come here.
Gets a strong link into Lewandowski as well.
Joshua Kimmich. Now,
Kimmich, yeah.
Just want to preface this by saying, unbelievable player in real life.
Yeah, that is one thing we need to cover straight off the bat, guys. In real life, what a player he is. However, in FIFA, he obviously does have like
he's very solid,
good passing, good dribbling, good defending, but
you just don't see it.
That pace, you just get exposed in midfield like horribly, and the way that obviously there's so many cheap cards like that have crazy pace and crazy dribbling that are just gonna burn past him and etc.
Yeah, I think if you compare him to Goretzka, he's obviously a few ranks below him. He just doesn't come close.
No, not at all.
He's an okay card.
This has got to be a meh.
Yeah,
I don't think useless. I think that could be a bit harsh on him.
No. That's not going to go down well, is it?
No. We could have put him in useless though. It could have been worse. Okay, Llorente next up. Another demon in midfield. Another absolute demon.
Great card.
I think he's straight into pro meta for sure.
Yeah.
To be honest, when the year started, I feel like people looked at his card and thought, oh, like he's going to be good. But like he didn't get used as much at first.
I think links is a bit of a problem sometimes in pro teams, but
I think in the teams we've got him on 8 chemistry, haven't we? Like, which is good enough, guys. Like, to be honest, if you can get a player on 7 chemistry or above, that's absolutely fine. You just don't want to start going below 7. That's when you'll notice a bit of a difference. Okay, so we've got the Nkunku card next up here. Obviously, this is an SBC that's got not too long left, guys. I think it's a couple of days, but you've obviously got the option of the one that with a bit better shooting or way better passing, basically. So we've gone with the one that's got the better passing because we think that's the better of the two.
Yeah.
What we thinking, Stokes?
I think with this one, he's just everything about him screams like a really, really usable player.
Yeah.
I think although I would personally put him in pro meta, but he's right at the bottom of pro meta. I'd say,
bottom of it. I would agree.
Because he is a very nice card.
Yeah, it's literally just it's the shooting that lets him down a little bit, but his other stats are just absolutely ridiculous. And obviously, he's a really like well-rounded card as well, like that, and you can never underrate that on a player for sure. Next up, guys, we've got ourselves Onyeka. Right, we're pretty sure that that's hard to pronounce it, but not 100%.
Sorry if that's wrong. But
again, well-rounded card. I think screams just straight away to me very decent.
I agree. I haven't actually used him, but he looks crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, he looks really, really good. I'm guessing he's very, very cheap as well. So I think straight into very decent. Works well for him. Next up, Pogs.
He splits opinion. You know, I use him really for a long time,
this year,
and a lot of people come into my Twitch streams and say to me, "How do you use Pogba? I hate Pogba." And I get it. He's
slow.
He's got a few issues, but he does have a lot of good qualities as well.
Like being that tall, the 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot in centre mid, like. He's still like that big build on players still like wins interceptions even though his defending isn't that high.
Truthfully, I think he does belong in very decent, but he can go in pro teams as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say if we did this tier list like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we'd have put him in pro meta. I think it's a few players have come out now recently that have made him fall behind a little bit.
People like Fofana and the De Jong and Nkunku, I think they all go past him, so I think it's fair.
Yeah, for sure. Right, Renato. I think he just screams usable.
Yeah, I mean, I love Renato. He's my Road to Glory player. He's quality. However,
and he is very decent.
Yeah.
You could put him in very decent. To be fair, it's a tough one.
It's just in comparison to the other very decent guys. I think
like he probably falls below, and obviously part of that is down to his price as well, guys. Like I'd put him right at the top of usable, 100%. That's where I'd put him. But I think
that's one in form, and we're looking at a nice card.
Yeah. I mean, especially because these lower rated cards get like really decent upgrades as well, don't they, with the informs. So that's absolutely sound. Right, next up, Bernardo Silva. I've seen some differences of opinion on Twitter about this man, and we could cause a riot here, Stokes, I'll be honest.
See, I would say poor man's Fakir, personally. However, he does have good stats, and he's got potentials for upgrades. I just don't know how much he costs.
It's the potential for upgrades, isn't it? I suppose that can add to it. I think he's one of them cards who he deserves better stats anyway than he's got, to be honest. He's unreal in real life. Like he should have better stats. The only thing they've done him justice with is dribbling, but that's literally it. Every other stat I think deserves to be a bit more. Yeah. It's just in between usable and very decent for me. I wouldn't put pro meta on this guy at all.
Not, no.
But
I think we will go usable because he could be really good eventually.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. This is a tough one. Guys.
He's a FIFA legend.
Because he is a FIFA legend. In previous years, I'd have put him in. Like he's urged on pro meta and very decent, but now he's at the stage where I don't even know if he's usable. Yeah. Because like his stats they've all kind of fallen off in each category a little bit. Don't get me wrong. In like a 10k starter team, he could work. But I'd hope none of you guys' team is worth 10k at this stage of the game. So it's like,
I think that. Realistically, he doesn't excel in anything. He's just very like middle of the park. I'd say we put him in. Is it Meh or is it usable?
Is it? People are gonna riot at a Meh. But
a Meh Sissoko.
It's harsh to say that. I feel like it is.
I think you just got to judge a card by what you can get for that price, and considering a lot of these cards are the same price. Yeah. I would say Sissoko doesn't really.
No, like he's not better than Chan. He's not better than Kessie. He's not better than Renato, and they're all the exact same price. I think it's just got to be Meh for Sissoko.
I'm so sorry to all the comments, but
boys, we do apologise. Yeah. We do. Yeah. Okay, too many. This is me staring at the screen, guys, trying to pronounce this man's name. It's got to be usable, very decent type player.
I think it'd be fair to say very decent. Yeah.
Very decent, I think. Yeah. I mean, he's got the defending, physical, dribbling on a CDM as well, which is like pretty big. Yeah. Like to be able to dribble on a CDM is very good.
Yuri Tielemans. I feel bad.
Oh, it's a tough one.
Great card in real life.
It's a tough one. Sick in real life. He's got 4-star, 5-star as well. Like,
does he actually?
Yeah, he's 5-star weak foot. It's got to be a meh.
Yeah,
to be honest. He's got some good stats as well, to be fair, guys. Like, and a few upgrades could see him be really, really good. But for now, compared to these other players, you're not really going to want to be using Youri Tielemans.
No.
He's just more of a fun card to use as opposed to like you want him in your teams type thing.
Like if you're kind of a Leicester fan, sure, why not?
Yeah. Whack him in. Right, Tonali. Couple players left in the video, guys. I think he just perfectly fits into very decent.
Yeah, he's like Barella, really, isn't he?
He is being used in some pro teams.
Yeah.
But I think he's not the pro meta like and that was when his card first came out. Obviously now we're starting to get a few more cards. We've obviously had the Rule Breakers promo come out that's seen a few cards come in.
Midfielders,
He's probably fallen behind the curve a little bit, but he's still in very decent.
Yeah, he slots right in there, for sure.
Toro Vidal.
I mean,
crazy pace boost, by the way, like plus 10.
Because his OG card, like years ago, he used to be such a good FIFA player, and obviously they've destroyed his pace. Well, he's got slower, of course. But now this card's not too bad, really. He's
got to be right at the top of usable. For me. I don't know. I
think it might be unfair. It might be very decent.
He is good. Like he has obviously. The rest of his stats are all above 80, so he is a very good card.
It's just good as well. You got to think links, not ideal.
Yeah, true. His nation and link is not ideal. I'd say that's the only thing that would knock him out of very decent for me. But it's a very good point. You put him in usable. But oh no, I've made the call of that as well.
Yeah, no,
that could be a tough one. That was me. That could be the controversial one, boys. I'll be honest. Right, Gini Wijnaldum.
Gini. I mean, at the end of the day, he's close, but he's just not there yet.
He's not there yet, but he obviously does. The thing that like brings him up a little bit is he does link to Messi, Mbappe, Neymar.
However, if you have them players, can you not afford better than Wijnaldum?
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Insane. He's
usable.
I think
he fits right into usable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely sound. But Zakari to finish it off, boys.
Very good player.
Fantastic card. Really, really good. And for me, it's very decent or pro meta. I'm just thinking which one. Links is a problem.
Links lets him down.
Links is a big problem.
He's the same league as Nkunku, however, he has not got the nation. So I think very decent, but very
perfect for him.
We recommend that card for sure.
But yeah, guys, that'll finish off the midfielders tier list promo. Like I said in the intro, check out the attackers one that we did as well. There's obviously some controversial opinions in there, but also we feel we did a good list there as well. Let us know. I'm sure we'll be doing a defenders tier list coming up very, very soon. But we appreciate all the support on the channel, guys, and we'll see you all on the next one. Until then, don't forget to hashtag it, boys.